We don't have to feel bad about being who we are. They should feel bad about putting 11-year-old boys in electric chairs and capitally punishing them for crimes that they didn't commit. We don't have to apologize for being gods and goddesses. They should feel bad about hanging black men from trees and cutting their penises off and setting them on fire, or sicking German shepherds on our sisters and having their breasts bit off by dogs and hosing them, drowning them in the streets. We shouldn't feel, you shouldn't feel anything. Okay? You should have confidence. You should have attitude. You should have vigor. You should have fire. We don't owe anybody shit. They owe us every fucking thing. Right? So, and this is why I stand the way I stand. Because I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy.
Welcome to Mind Over Matter, baby. I'm your host, Deja Wallace, and if this is your first time joining me, welcome. If this is not, welcome back. I appreciate you. Shout out to you. You real, you loyal, like you really came back to listen to another episode of Mind Over Matter, baby. Episode 85. You're in for a treat. I have a very special guest today. After very popular demand, we have Mr. Smart in the building.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Okay, that's good. More like it. Okay, yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a very informative episode. We're going to be talking about the age of truth. We're going to be talking about building a brand based off of authenticity and the technological age. So that's the main topics we're talking about today on episode 85 of Mind Over Matter.
Okay.
So kick back, relax, and enjoy this episode. So, where do we start? Where do we begin?
We have an opportunity, and I think we should no longer consider it Black History Month. I think it should be considered Black Future Month, and we should no longer live in the past. We should focus on the present and beyond, and what can we do to not only share information, but inspire the people that's consuming the information that we share, and then use that to organize, mobilize, and actually create change and build communities and build utopia, right? This is not just the age of information. This is the age of application, right? And not apps on your phone, but applying the information that you're consuming and making a better life for yourself, your family, your community, in your country, right? And one of the greatest things I've heard was ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country, right? And we have just as much. We built America, right? Our people, we built America. So we have an opportunity now to create nepotism. We have an opportunity now to have a true vested interest in America. And we have an opportunity to actually produce things and create import-export businesses and companies, and, get the full payout of CPM, which is a cost per milli, right? And the standardized EPM is anywhere between 20,000 to maybe 100,000. We're talking about direct line between the platform owner and the corporations that advertise with the platform owner, not the small payout which is the standard payout for content creators, maybe $20 per CPM.
You're probably like speaking over a lot of people's heads right now. Like,
It's okay, but this is why we Google and we search, right? So music back in the day, words like publishing was unheard of, right? We didn't know that, right? Words like masters was unheard of, right? So CPM is for every 1,000 views. People understand the monetization of the channels, right? They understand that aspect, right? So there's a standardized rate that a content creator is supposed to be paid for every 1,000 views that they receive on their content. And that money comes from advertisers who advertise through these content creators' channels and platforms to the people who watch them, because those are consumers, and their hope is for them to purchase their product or purchase their services, right? So Google made about over $100 billion in ad revenue, but they only paid out less than 200 million to content creators. And being that most content creators don't have POCs, which is point of contacts with the top people at these companies, you can't even negotiate or even begin to question, well, how much did you make in ad revenue? Because the payout doesn't even make sense, and then I'm not even getting paid, or I'm not getting paid my just due.
So what is the solution to that?
The solution is ownership, creating our own platforms, right? Understanding, computer science, understanding computer programming, understanding software development, also hardware development, skill acquisition, writing code, understanding augmented reality and artificial intelligence, and the fusion of the two. There's websites like pluralsight.com, PLURAL, SIGHT, pluralsight.com, Udemy, which is UDEMY.com, and also lynda.com, which is LYNDA, lynda.com, where you can start learning to acquire technical skills, right? That is conducive to ownership. But the interesting thing, something that is of interest to me is African Americans were conditioned to be behind. A child's learning curve is the shortest from the ages of 0 or 7. So the curriculum that child is receiving doesn't fully capitalize off of that learning curve. So we have to understand that we've been conditioned to learn things under our learning potential. So instead of A, B, C, it should be ambition, belief, consistency, right? Instead of giving me a letter, I should be learning a word, and then the application of that word into a sentence, and then how does that, right, apply to my life, right? As a child, that's what children should be learning. So, but because we have systematic racism, we were conditioned to be limited. And even to today, we look at other cultures as if they have some type of a magic wand that we don't have. And when all actuality is, they can't walk a mile in our shoes, right? So I think the focus for us should be to make 2024, because 2 plus my brother, what's your name? Greg, I want you to really tune into this episode. This is going to be important, right? This ain't no, so we're saying this that blue magic, baby, all right? So 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is what? 8, right? So it's almost like a completion, like finale, right? This year, 2024, is a very important year. Okay, it's a very, very important year. So we have to be mindful of every day within this year, especially the Black Future Month, right? Because there's no longer, we're no longer considering it Black History Month, because history is his story. And whose story they talking about? They talking about the white man's story. We don't buy and subscribe to that bullshit. So we're talking about Black Future Month. We built the pyramids. We built math.
It's also interesting. I was listening to a podcast on my way here, and they spoke about like history, right?
Yeah.
And it's like his story. They never talk about the team it's always like one person
Yeah, of
that's
course.
always at the forefront of history. It's
But
never like
but it's a lot, though, right?
collective.
And it was a point I wanted to make too, right?
Yeah.
So we're focusing on Black Future Month, right? And you know, you have to raise the standard, and we have to study the colonizer the same way they studied us. This is why they were in a position to colonize, because they studied us, but we taught them. Right? We taught them, we gave birth to them, right? So the Greeks are not the fathers of shit. The Egyptians taught the Greeks, right? We are the fathers and mothers of philosophy. And these other cultures, they're our children. And they're our children that we allow to be out of line. So we have to put them back in check by being who we originally are, which are the fathers and mothers of our civilization, right? And also understanding that white people are the minority. We're the majority. Okay? And they created this lie to protect against white genetic annihilation. Okay? So that's something to be mindful of, right? Also, white supremacy is a conscious construct. Conscious, not subconscious, because it's not innate, right? So it's a lie. Okay? They're not superior, they're inferior, right? So white supremacy is a conscious construct, and they have developed avenues to condition the subconscious mind of the white man, and which in turn grows into entitlement, narcissism, which grew into societal acceptance, of white privilege, and in some cases, an expectation of white privilege.
When you say white supremacy, right? That word specifically, I think as a collective, for us to even accept that word and to even repeat it is basically like giving the green light for it to exist in a way, because we're actually like saying
No. It exists.
Because listen, when you say white supremacy, you're basically saying like white people are superior to you.
No, what I'm saying is they believe, this is why I said white supremacy is a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And
I'm saying by even saying it.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. Like you should know I know better than that, right? So not by even saying it. You have to identify what is being used against you, right? So when you look at police officers that just murder people, right? Like when you look at the judicial system, when you look at racism is real. And it's systematic racism, okay? Ran by white supremacist groups. So this is why I said white supremacists. You have to understand, before my statement was they are inferior, not superior. You understand? So I refuted the notion of it being a actuality, like the white supremacy. This is not even real, right? But this is why it's a conscious construct. That's what it is. You have to understand what it is, right? So by conscious construct, I mean they had to develop avenues and institutions to condition the mind of white people, right? So it went from a conscious construct to a subconscious construct. Now you have to understand the oppressor. You have to understand the enemy. You're taught not to understand the enemy. So if you don't understand the enemy, you don't understand what the enemy strategy is. This is war, right? So I understand, and I'm studying diligently every single day, right? So this is why you won't get any justice or peace from the white man, because he views your elevation as his annihilation. Hold on one second. I just gotta sorry, I got like a little thing I gotta do real quick, sorry. Martin Luther King, right? He had a dream, right? So if Martin Luther King's dream came true, and we based love for all, and we removed color, and everybody was enjoying that and indulging in that in terms of sex and reproduction, white people wouldn't even exist, right? If every black person was interracial and making babies and everything, we just kept doing it, maybe 20 to 50 years, white people wouldn't even be on this planet anymore, right? So they know that we have the ability to genetically breed them out. See? So they've created propaganda. They've created media. They've created white supremacy as a conscious construct, right? To protect against white genetic annihilation. Okay. And I'm gonna say it again. They create avenues and institutions to condition the subconscious mind of white people. And then that turns into a societal acceptance of that mindset. And then now you have what you call white privilege, to where you expect someone white to not get killed by police. You expect someone, because if they're white, they're better, or their life is going to be easier, or they're going to have more opportunities. That's a lie.
But you just kind of like admitted to what I said when I said, like, when you collectively accept something, like, you don't hear people say black supremacy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not the reality of it all. But because we collectively accepted that term, that's kind of like that's where the illusion kicks in for most people to look at, the higher ups as white supremacy in a way.
Yeah. So you basically is just, understanding cause and effect.
But I feel like every word we say, we're going to have like a mental image attached with it, and it's going to
You have to study. You have to study. So you have to study, right? And you may not understand what I'm saying, but
I understand exactly what you're saying.
But from what you're saying, it doesn't seem like you understand. So
I understand exactly what you're saying.
I'm telling you what it is, right? And it exists.
Yeah.
White privilege exists.
Yes.
It doesn't mean it's authentic, but it exists, right? Like it exists. White people believe that they're better than you.
Yes.
That is the reality.
Even if it's subconsciously.
Hold on, wait. So let's not make a debate, right?
It's not a debate.
What I'm saying is, listen, let's not make it a debate, right? You got to understand what I'm actually trying to say. And our people need to understand this information. I'm giving you the reason why white people feel privileged. How did it come about? I didn't say I agree with it. I didn't even say it was real, because it's not. And the reason why you don't see black supremacy, because you have Egyptology. That's how black supremacy, we've already proven we're authentic. Like us being supreme, it's already been proven, okay? Through history, and it's documented. So this is why you never seen us having that desire to say, I'm black, I'm the best. And we've already proven that, right? Externally and internally. Genetically, we're superior, right? The color of our skin is the tangible evidence of that, right? The neuromelanin our brains produce is the physical, tangible evidence of our superiority over every race, right? So, but if we don't understand why white people think the way they think, if white people don't understand why they think the way they think, then you have false entitlement, right? So again, white supremacy is a conscious construct, and because it's not innate, you're not born with it, right? They have to consciously tell these people that they're better. They have to consciously create rhetoric and movie and films and songs and media. And every time you see a movie, the black man dies first, and the white man saves the day, and Superman is white, and Indiana Jones is white, and Tarzan, some honky from nowhere, rich honky, it goes into the jungle, and is the only one that can make the lions bow to him. When the so-called real Tarzan got killed by a stingray. White man can't even survive a fish, but you think he gonna go into the jungle and make Mufasa and Simba bow to him. You believed it because you seen it in the movie. And he got blonde hair and blue eyes, right?
I kind of have a memory now. Like, growing up, there was always like the gifted and talented program in my school, right?
Wait, hold on. But let me finish this point real quick, right? So white supremacy is a conscious construct because it's not innate. So they had to develop avenues and institutions to condition the subconscious minds of white people, which in turn grew into entitlement, narcissism, which grew into a societal acceptance, right? It grew into a societal acceptance, which also grew into a societal acceptance of white privilege, and in some cases, an expectation for white privilege, right? So they worked this mentality into the minds of their people and into the minds of us. I remember being young, watching Saved by the Bell, mad at myself because my hair wasn't like Zach. Okay? I remember being young, looking at my hair, mad at my hair, and I wanted my hair to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I wanted to go like that with my hair, right? And I felt bad because I couldn't do it. I remember being young, wanting to be light-skinned, wishing I had lighter eyes. And if anybody's being real, 90% of people in our culture, they grew up with colorism. They grew up wishing they had blue eyes and gray eyes and hazel eyes. But those are genetic insufficiencies, right? The blacker you are, the more powerful you are, the stronger you are. We've been conditioned to accept white supremacy as a truth when it's a lie, right? So when you understand what they did, not only to themselves, but to us, and they got us all a jacket, they got us all to accept it, then we can reverse it. But you have, before you reverse something, you have to reverse engineer it, right? You have to understand cause and effect. I'm not biased. I'm not a fool. I read Hitler's book, okay? Mein Kampf, My Struggle. But we taught Hitler's a bad guy. He's evil. So how many people actually studied Hitler? How many people actually studied Bin Laden, right? How many people? No, oh, they're evil. They're insurgents. No, Al Qaeda. No good. No, I want to study all this shit. Because a lot of times when America tells you a person is bad, they're really good. Okay, so we have to begin to not be defensive, but be receptive. Okay, because they create things like even this whole platform, right? You know how many black content creators might see my dear friend over my right shoulder and feel like, well, I can't do the same thing he does. They feel like he has some type of a we just started getting into media, right? It was always the white guys that was the editors and, right? We're better than them, but we're conditioned not to think that way, right? You walked in, you said, hey, you like the setup? I said, yeah, the setup is cool, but get your own setup. Right? You're not building your house in someone else's backyard, and you're not uncomfortable to discuss ownership, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about building a brand, and you have to be diligent, and you have to have internal self-esteem. I'm not his house. I'm not his nigga. He don't own me. That's my son. I'm his father. I know the truth.
I wanna go back to
right. Hold on.
I got you.
I'm gonna pass the mic, but I want to make sure I get this off. This is important,
yeah.
right? And I understand that how to disembowel or deconstruct or destroy that white supremacy conscious construct. I know how to destruct it or disconstruct it, right? I know how to take it apart because it's not real. But first I have to understand what it is, because it's a real thing that exists, even though it's not a real thing that exists. See? So now when I understand it, I'm like, okay, oh, this is why you feel like you better than me. This is why when I'm in a line in Starbucks and the old white lady walks up, she thinks I'm just supposed to just move out the way, even though she came in here later than everybody. She could just skip the line because she's white. This is what, no, hell no. So when I understand why you think this way and how you got to that point of thinking that way, right? Then I can educate myself on how to accept different and go against the societal acceptance of white privilege and white supremacy, and create a new social construct, create a new conscious construct that benefits my people, and then create a new societal acceptance of the social construct that I actually constructed my motherfucking self. But get ahead, I'm listening.
It's a lot. I don't even know if I should even backtrack anymore.
No, it's okay. If you want to, you know what I mean? Go ahead. It's all good.
Yeah. But growing up, I went to a predominantly black school. Mm-hmm. They had a gifted and talented program. Going into the 4th grade, they took out the gifted and talented program. So my mother wanted to change me to a new school. Mm-hmm. So the only school in the area that had it now was a white school, was in Mill Basin. So I ended up going there. And it was interesting. I did not get into the gifted and talented program there. And I've been in the gifted and talented since I was in pre-K. And it was interesting because most of the kids in my class, this was like the remedial class. Mm-hmm. Right. They literally put all the black kids in the remedial class, and all the gifted and talented kids, they got to take like more advanced classes. Mm-hmm. It was literally like segregation. Like they had them in they had mostly the gifted and talented with full of white kids. And then like anytime like a really smart black kid would apply, like they'll deny them.
Of course. I mean, because you got to understand, right? The Board of Education, there's a conspiracy to destroy little black boys, right? Mm-hmm. That's one. Number two, the Board of Education is in on it. So what happens is there's no such thing as a child genius. Every child is a genius.
Yes.
Right.
And even putting gifted and talented even like made us feel a way as if like, you know, we're kids. We're like, damn, like they're the smart kids. They could take, you know, calculus. We can't.
So again, a child's learning curve is the shortest from the ages of 0 to 7. By learning curve, I mean that child's ability to learn and consume new information and their ability for skill acquisition is through the roof. Okay. So the only difference between Steve Jobs and me is he got access to computers. I got access to VCRs, right? Because when I was young, I used to take apart everything. I was obsessed with how shit was built, right? So I should take things apart and put it back together. And when I read Steve Jobs' book, and I did, you know, I found out he did the same thing as a child. But then his adopted parents gave him computers, right? I got ass whoopings for taking things apart and putting it back together. Right? And I got to the point where I got good at it, taking it apart and putting it back together. So that hunger for curiosity was starved because I came from a dysfunctional family. And Steve, that hunger for curiosity was fed and he became full, right? And that evolved into what you see as an apple, right? So it doesn't mean that the child is smarter or the child is more stupid. It's just who has the type of access and who gets it the earliest, right? So they strategically create curriculums in the ghetto for our people to limit our potential. And when we get past the learning curve, then they give you a little bit more access to information because you've already been conditioned not to even give a fuck about that information that will benefit you the most. Right?
By that time, you're already stuck in your ways.
Right. So the key to changing that is these conversations, right? You know, my mantra, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you have to think thoughts that are conducive to your true self. Not the thoughts that the colonizer or the recessive, because they're recessive, they're recessives, right? Like, you know, we're the dominant, they're the recessive. So, you know, you're conditioned to think things that limit you even as an adult. So you have to break that mind fuck, right? Break those mental chains and truly become free.
How did you gain the confidence to even be yourself in every room you walk in and to speak your truth in every room?
Well, shit. What's a god compared to a roach? I don't fucking know, right? Like, I'm a god, so I don't know. Like, I'm me, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to answer that, right? Like, I'm me. I'm very pleased with myself.
You've always been like that?
1,000,000%. I've developed it, right? I've developed it more because I've done my research. So when you do your research, now the question I would want to hear or ask is, well, what's the steps to it, right? Like, how do you do it, right? You got to study who are you? Who are you? I'm the father of civilization. What? Oh, how can I not be confident? Talk about calculus. I invented math. Psychology, I invented it. You know what I mean? You understand? Like, I invented it. Do you understand? Like, do you understand who you are? So when you know who you are, there's a different level of confidence that comes with who you are. I invented the fucking planet. Everything on this planet that ever spent, we created. I'm the first man on the planet. This is the first man on the moon. One step for, what they say? One step for America.
One step for mankind.
One step for mankind. Whatever, right? I'm like, the fuck was his name? Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. I'm like a chocolate Neil. I've been here, man. I took my footprints is set. So when I understood what I come from and who I am, I felt excited about it. I couldn't believe that, I was a nigga. I was a guy. I couldn't believe that shit. I couldn't believe that I was less. When I felt stronger, I looked better. We ain't never seen no white Michael Jordans. You haven't.
Got Larry Bird.
You ain't never seen no white Michael Jordans. You ain't never seen no white Michael Jordans. Fuck is Larry Bird. You ain't never seen no white Wilt Chamberlains. You ain't never seen no white Shaquille O'Neals, no white Kobe Bryants, no white LeBrons. You ain't seen no white Mike Tysons. You ain't seen no white Muhammad Ali's. Okay? You didn't see that shit. You didn't see that. Okay? So if we're gonna talk about superiority, right? Let's talk about physicality. You want to just talk about physicality? Everything physical we dominate. How could I be inferior?
Except for swimming.
We dominate that too.
I think that's
we dominate
cap.
that too.
That's cap.
It's just, listen, let me tell you something.
You just don't have the resources.
No, it's not about the resources. We talk
like,
about propaganda.
People in Kenya, I know they swim
right. This
better
is why.
than
This is why when you
Mike
see the
Phelps.
marathon, the runners, right? Anything we involve in, anything we indulge in, we dominate. History has proven that we have declined, not elevated. We've declined. So what that means is, if we dominate everything physical now, and you're not even seeing the best version of us, and we're still dominating everything, what the fuck do you think our ancestors was? 300 was Shaka Zulu. That was fake. Leonidas not even a real person.
Who?
The movie 300? This is Sparta.
Okay.
That story is fake. You know what they really was talking about? Shaka Zulu and the Zulu warriors with the spears and the shield. That's our story.
I think Woman King kind of reenacted that.
Even Woman King was bullshit because they try to talk about Nzinga. Nzinga was the leader of the Dahomey tribe, right? And the Dahomey tribe, when you see Black Panther, right? They made it. They made it like them chicks with the bald head.
Yeah.
They were the Dahomey tribe worked with Nzinga, and they were assassins, and they cut their left breast off so they could draw their arrows better. They was Black women warriors who were just committed to.
Why you said I remind you of Nzinga then?
That was a compliment,
okay.
right? But what I'm saying is
say that,
so what I'm saying is, you know, we were forced to be reckoned with, right?
Yeah.
And our ancestors were so powerful. Every story that you hear, when you hear of like Thor or X-Men, you know, Stan Lee created the whole X-Men people based upon inspiration of African gods, right? Like this is like Logan, Olagon, right? Like you got to Google this so you understand I'm not bugging the fuck out, right? So we are everything, okay? We're everything. And the white man, it fucks with his ego because it gives him a pinch to wake his ass up out of that dream from that conscious construct, right? And it's like, oh my God, what the fuck? Motherfucker, you did this too? How much? We created martial arts. They made you think it was some Chinese people. They made you think that the Wright brothers were the fathers of aerodynamics when Alexander the Fake found in the Pharaoh's tomb fucking statues of shit looking like planes. You crazy? Nah, man. So, you know, to answer your question, and what's your brother's name again? I forgot his name.
Greg,
I want you to tune in, Greg. I want you to tune in because everything happens for a reason, right? You wasn't alive to see Tupac, but you're alive to see me, okay? You wasn't around to see Muhammad Ali. You're around to see me. So you got to soak up this energy, okay? Because energy is real. So when you get in proximity of it, right? There's power in proximity, right? You gotta, and I'm open to you receiving this, right? So really lock in, right? We're the fathers of everything. So this is how I go into any room knowing who I am. Because I know who I am, right? And I am the original. I am the first. I am a God. And everything that you assign, everything you add I am to becomes added to you. See? So there's a healthy dose of conscious construction going on in my mind and in my subconscious mind, both of them, right? So when I step into a room, I'm stepping in with that confidence, and that confidence is developed with due diligence, research, studying, asking that question, who are you? Who am I? Who are you? Who am I? I am the original man. See? And then when you have that, then it's proof. It's okay to have delusions of grandeur, right? Or you be narcissistic and inflated sense of yourself, right? But when you start to look shit up and you really find out that shit you saying is true and it's shit in the history books to back it up, you better be confident. You better believe in yourself.
So when you say I am a God, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever, I know you've always received like backlash for that.
I don't receive backlash for that.
Not always, but
no.
I don't receive
backlash.
All right, let me get this question out first.
Yeah, I don't receive backlash. I'm just letting you know.
When you say I'm a God, do you think that's any form of like like putting yourself at that standard.
I'm at that standard already. I am that
I
standard.
know. All right. Saying you are a God, right? Is it egotistical in a way? Because God, like, do you feel like you can be humble then?
You've been conditioned. That question comes from a low vibrational place, right? That question, even you asking that question comes from a low vibrational place, because she's like Superwoman captured by Lex Luger, put in a community that has kryptonite in every building, right? And here I come.
Damn, why you have to just violate like that?
And here I come, fresh from a trip from the sun, ready to throw a tractor trailer over the roof, right? So
all right, what's your definition of God then?
no, listen, you got to. That's why I said you got to do your due diligence, right? And you've been conditioned to accept the white man as your God.
No, I haven't.
You have.
No, I haven't.
We all have.
You can't tell me that.
When you walk in, okay, listen, I don't base things that see, so when I said this is not a debate, right?
No, I'm not debating, but
let's keep it moving forward, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're debating now, right? A debate is, you have to, like, I'm not basing this on what I feel. I'm basing on what I know.
No, yeah.
You can walk in any church right now, you're not seeing no black Jesus. You can walk into any church right now, and you can make
and what if you do see a black Jesus?
You can walk into any church right now. You're like, we're wasting time. Let me just address this, right? Because, and again, every black person that becomes really woke, he has to be patient with his people that's not as woke. So when you say I'm a God, right? You've been conditioned. We all been conditioned to accept white men as God. If we did like a challenge, right? And you say, how many churches do you see white Jesus versus you see black Jesus? You're gonna see way more disproportionate pictures of white Jesus if you see any churches that got white Jesus in it. Anytime you see the big churches, the big churches on TV, what you see? A bunch of white people. The Pope, everybody, right? You've been conditioned. We have been conditioned. We've been given their religion. We've been given even their interpretation of their religion. And when there was things that gave us credit, like the Apocryphas, right? The missing parts of the Bible, they took it out and they assassinated Martin Luther. Martin Luther was the one who deciphered, he was a German guy. He deciphered the missing parts of the Bible. They killed him and took it out the Bible. And you got King James Version. You've been taught, but in the very Bible, you've been told, didn't I tell ye were gods? You've been told in the Bible, but you wasn't taught that in Sunday school. You wasn't taught that in church. In the Bible, it tells you you are a God, but you're going to sit here and be like, no, I'm not. I'm a man, and Jesus is coming from the sky, and Jesus, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I'm a God, and whether you know it or not, or accept it or not, that's your problem, okay? You are a God, my brother, okay? You are a goddess. Whether you accept it or not, that's your choice, because you have free will. Okay, so there's what they call irrefutable truths, and when people try to refute an irrefutable truth, it means they have self-hate. It means they don't have confidence. It means they don't really love themselves. But you've been conditioned not to love yourself. You've been conditioned to hate yourself, and this is why.
Do you think there's like a consistent truth?
And let me bring it. And I got you. I know you got your questions, but let me get back to this point, right? Because I go against the grain. This is why their white supremacy is a conscious construct. Okay, they condition themselves to believe the lie as truth, and they condition you to believe the truth as a lie. What is our truth? We are gods and goddesses. This is the truth. This is the facts. We are genetically superior. We are designed to live forever. We have a third eye. We have pituitary glands. We have shit in our bodies that if activated and used properly, then that shit that you say, God, you will see. You will see shit floating and stuff like that. Why you think when you go to the hospital, you get immunization shots? Why do you think you go to the hospital, even to this day, if you might hear a sudden ring in your ear out of nowhere, even to this very day, right? You be like, what the fuck? You hear a ring in your ear. They did things to block our powers, okay? If you ever see, it was like a Marvel thing, right? And they had took the guy's powers, right? Like they have shit to block shit. Like, like Magneto puts the thing on his head, and when he put the thing on his head, Professor Xavier can't read his thoughts. They blocked our shit from us. They genetically did shit to us. There's shit in the foods, right? And that's the next point I'm gonna touch on too as well, right? So we've been conditioned to believe the lie as the truth. And they have created avenues, institutions, studies, systems to get us to forget who the fuck we are. If you take a baby out, if you take a baby out of the belly and throw them in water, what happens? What happens?
I mean, the baby was already in water, kind of.
What happens? He swims.
Yeah, he swims. He already knows.
He swims.
Right?
So you take that same baby, let him grow up, don't teach him how to swim. How the fuck he drown? How does he can't swim now? Why he can't swim? You tell me why, right? Because he forgot. So this is why part of his story is to get you to accept that you're not a God, that you can't, there's no difference between, let me ask you a question. What's the difference between this and this? Hold that thought. What's the difference between this and this? Right? Now check this out. David walked on water. This is in the Bible, right? And he walked on water. He took a couple steps. Jesus said, come with me, have no fear and have faith and not no fear, right? Take courage and be without fear, right? Take courage and be without fear, right? And he took a couple steps on the water. He walked on water. Okay? So when people lay in the water relaxed, right? They float. So what's the difference between this and this? Just your belief.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what I'm saying is we have the power to walk on water. We have the power to heal. We have the power of telekinesis. We have the power of transportation and time travel. Okay? But you've been taught, oh, it's magic, Harry Potter, right? You don't understand voodoo. You don't understand certain things that we have that is real. White man make it seem like, because he can't, it's magic. Nah, motherfucker, it's the God. It's the God in us. It's the goddesses in us. There's certain people in Haiti right now that could fly. Like, what you talking about? Could fly. Go study the Haitian Revolution. And how them French motherfuckers was saying they seen black women flying through the fucking sky.
It's interesting that you bring that up because didn't they assassinate the prime minister he wasn't assassinated, but apparently he was killed during the pandemic because a lot of people
So the pandemic and the Haitian Revolution is two different things.
No, I'm trying to make a connection to the power of the Haitian people.
What I'm saying is, the point I'm trying to make is not the power of Haitian people, the power of black people, the power of our people, the power of the original people, right?
Yeah.
So during the Haitian Revolution, this is why Haiti is independent. They killed them white people. They slaughtered them French motherfuckers. They killed them, okay? And they used their powers. It got called, voodoo and magic and heebie-jeebies and all that bullshit, but it was them activating their higher self, right?
I was making a point because during the pandemic there wasn't any cases in Haiti.
But what I'm saying is,
they still brought vaccination there, and I was just adding to your point.
Check it out. No, I get it, but I want to make sure okay, so I'm here today to get my points off, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to have another episode where we just have a debate and free conversation.
No, it's not a debate. I was just
cool, but I don't want to talk about the pandemic because the pandemic was just a catalyst for martial law. That's a whole nother conversation. And what happens is when you got so much information, people get distracted. That's the tool of the white man too, right? To distract you. The point I'm making and the point I'm gonna continuously make is we are gods and goddesses, okay? And white supremacy is a conscious construct because it's not innate that was developed, and they had to develop avenues and institutions to condition the subconscious mind of white people, the white man, which in turn grew into entitlement, narcissism, and which grew into a societal acceptance of white privilege. Okay, so now it's a lot of white men that are not even fucking happy because that privilege works like a double-edged sword, right? It's narcissism. It's this inflated sense of self. Okay, and if the colonizer and the European would humble himself, then he and she would be more happy. They would be more at peace because they're taking their proper place in this world, second to us. Okay, so that's important. And then just because I've been conditioned to think I'm a nigga it doesn't mean I'm gonna live life like a nigga. Okay? Just because I've been conditioned to be limited, I got an 8th grade education. I'm smarter than a motherfucker, dog. Okay? My mother smoked crack. I didn't have a father. Okay? I've been in prison, been homeless, been in the system. I rehabilitated myself. I educated myself. I'm self-educated. I'm self-motivated. Okay? I'm getting there and I'm gonna figure out how to fly and float and walk on water. Okay? Skill acquisition is everything. I'm learning new skills. I'm learning martial arts. I can box. I'll beat the shit out of somebody. But I learned it. Then I'm gonna learn marksmanship, right? Firearms. So the same way I could learn these things, I can learn how to use more of myself, more of my neuromelanin. I got a self-mastery. There's no limit. And I'm not letting nobody, not you, not nobody, not him, not you, not nobody that watched this fucking episode, stop me from being me. And that's a God, period. So I'm gonna learn. I learned Shakespeare. I learned Oedipus Rex, Ophelia, and Hamlet, and to be or not to be. And Hamlet had a dream that his father's brother killed him in a dream. So he reenacted that same dream he had in a play and seen his fucking father's brother's reaction. I learned Hamlet. You understand? I learned that. I learned Oedipus Rex. And the psychological component, which is the Oedipus Rex complex, because Oedipus Rex killed his father and married his mother and had daughters. And once he found out that that was his mother, he cut his own eyes out. How did I learn this? A kid growing in a fucking ghetto. I ain't going to no fucking college. I learned it. So the same way I learned the information, I could learn how to be me. A God, I could learn how to fly and be stronger. I've already lifted 800 pounds. I've already done things physically in the gym that I shouldn't have been able to do. Right? So, and I'm saying all that to say this is we have to change our mindset and we have to understand the things that are conducive to the changing of that mindset. Okay? And that is knowing who we are and repetitiously indulging in things from our history, our true history, our history, right? And using that as reinforcement to be who we are, gods and goddesses. Now you see how I want the white man in the picture?
No, I already knew from the jump what you were doing.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
Sure.
I promise you I did.
Yeah, sure.
I promise you I did.
Yeah. Go to the next one. Go ahead.
Okay. I think the truth is relative then, or the truth is consistent for everybody.
Truth is the truth. They ain't know the truth is the truth. Point blank fucking period. Pooh.
So even if people are living in the illusion and just
That's their
confiding
business.
in the illusion.
Go on the roof and say, yo, I don't believe in you. And jump off. Yo, gravity, I don't fucking trust. Gravity, I don't know who you are. And you jump off. You gonna fall just like every other fool. Or go stand over a lava and say, fire, I don't believe in you. You're not true. And you jump in. Yeah, good riddance. Terminator thumb. You ever see Terminator 2? He's going down in the, you Terminator thumb yourself. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you won't be back. Right?
So do you have any because when you speak, it's pretty consistent across all platforms, across all podcasts.
Yeah. Oh, you see the cohesiveness.
It's pretty consistent.
Yeah. So
do you have any fear when you speak? Because
fear is false evidence appearing real.
Okay.
So
even studying what has happened in the past to
false evidence appearing real, my brother. So you could I'm sorry, Queen. Yeah.
I'm trying to see the direction I'm going with you because you just shutting down everywhere I'm.
No, what we're going is this. We're changing the mindset, right? So I have the No Labels tour, right? So I'm here today to promote my tour, obviously, right? Which is a seminar, No Labels Tour, 24. I have the website, nolabelstour.com. My good old Instagram is _TheSmartGuy_, THESMART, GUI_. My number is 917-907-3687. And I'm pushing that, right? And I'm also pushing for Black Future Month, right? And or Black Future Quarter. Man, fuck, I don't know about a month, man.
So what does that look like to you?
Oh man, shit. Institutions. Us building utopia. Building our communities, right? Creating opportunities in our communities, creating institutions in our communities, right? And putting our people in a better position. and having an actual goal and deadline for those positions that we feel our people should be in. So when you see these rallies and these protests, justice or else, well, it's this we don't know else, and else or else means self, right? Give us justice or else. Well, else means self-reliance. I'm not here. I'm not a slave. I'm a free man. So I don't, I understand that there's people who still struggle with confidence and self-esteem, and they think the white man is God, and he's not even a God, and I'm here to build institutions and be alive to see it and enjoy my life's work. Okay? Because there's people that died for us to even be in this room and have this conversation. They died. So they can't even see, and they're not here to enjoy it. And they died for us to be beneficiaries of their death. And we're not even collecting all the fucking, money from the inheritance. Your great grandfather died for you to have $2 billion and you ain't even get $20. Fuck wrong with you, man? Right? And nothing is in the way unless you believe that it's in the way. Nothing has power unless you give it power through your fear in it. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Well, I got the evidence that shit ain't fucking real, so I ain't gonna fear nothing. Fuck you mean, right? And when there's no enemy on the inside, no enemy on the outside can ever do us any harm. So we have to remove the enemies that the white man put inside of our subconscious mind. That creates a limiting conscious construct that is a destructive construct inside of our subconscious minds, and we're creating things based upon that thought process, but that was given to us by the people who try to oppress us and continuously try, and they will try forever. We won't get any type of a peace for anybody who calls himself white. We're not going to get any type of opportunity from someone who calls himself white, because you can't. The fuck? Lois Lane don't save Superman. See? Superman is Superman. Okay? We're not looking at the guy, what's the guy name in Peter Parker's fucking building? I forgot his name, man. Spider-Man is coming. We ain't calling the guy with the shit face beard.
Ben?
Not Uncle Ben, the guy that works in the fucking newspaper place.
Him?
Yeah. You call him Spider-Man. So you expect somebody to do for you what they can't do for you, and they don't want to do it for you anyway. So we got to do for self, right? And that's my focus, and that's my expectation. And for 2024, this is what we're doing. This is the year. This is our year. Oh yeah. We're building we're building schools. We're building pharmacies. We're building black police departments. Okay, we're not worrying about political positions anymore, because the government has done nothing to help us.
Why do you think there's such a lack of execution? Does that go back into self-esteem as well?
Of course, because but it starts with, again, this is why I can't get back and bring me back to my notes, man.
What you think?
White supremacy is a conscious construct. You have been fucking subconsciously, you've been brainwashed. You've been mind fucked. They condition us. Listen, even in the foods, a baby, right? There's chemicals in the milk they feed babies that creates autism. There's chemicals in the food that creates emotional disorders. There's chemicals in the food that creates bipolarism, dementia, arthritis, schizophrenia. They put those chemicals in those food to fuck us up. MSG. So every time you go to a Chinese restaurant, you MSG in yourself. Okay?
It's funny because I work at a vegan restaurant now, so I kind of see like a lot of the back end of it, and it's funny because people, they're labeling things that are vegan and it's still bad for you.
Of course, because again, this is the agenda. Okay, I've been on a juice fast, right? Every morning I'm waking up, I'm just drinking juice. I feel better in the morning. I used to wake up in the morning and I have to over mantra myself. Now I feel different in the morning. I feel good. My emotions are being more stabilized now, because I'm only eating fruit and vegetables. That's what's happening to me now. See? I feel more excited. I'm getting more energy. I'm like, what? Oh, shit, okay. But we wasn't taught that, right? We were given a dietary plan to fuck up our emotions. Motherfuckers is evil. That's why he said the white man is the devil. Okay? So I don't have no expectations on peace from them motherfuckers. They can go their way and I'm going my way. But my way is the way. So I'm focused on that, right? So, in 2024, you got to get more serious, Greg, right? You got to get more serious, right? You got to make the name change. You got to get dual citizenship, okay? Stop taking the slave master's name. Are you a slave? If he called you boy and said, nigga, go get my water, would you go get his water? I said, yes, sir, yes, sir, boss. I slap the shit out of him and say, who the fuck you talking to? And man, it'd be some furniture moving this motherfucker. Now I ain't your boy. See? This is our moment, and you have to be mindful of what promises you made at the end of 2023. What the fuck are you gonna do? Right? Build your podcast, build your platform up, right? Get your own shit and just get it and go through the process and stop looking for other people to drive you to work when you're the best driver and you can go get your own fucking car. That's what it's about.
How important is it to build your brand right now in this day and age?
It's not important to build your brand. It's important to build the platform that your brand is built on. It's important to own the platform before you try to build a fucking brand. I want to build a brand. I'm a brand. Look at me. Ooh, I'm on YouTube. Nah, I got a problem with that. I got me per se. I got a problem with that, right? So everybody says, yo, I got 4 billion views on TikTok. I got like 7 billion views on fucking YouTube. I'm everywhere, right? I don't got a podcast because I don't own a radio station yet.
You wouldn't start a podcast?
That's not a podcast. I'm not starting a podcast. Did you hear what I said?
No, I said you wouldn't, right?
I don't own a radio station yet. Okay?
So you rather own...
I don't own a satellite yet. Okay? So this is a process. You're not ambitious because you conditioned not to be. So this is what I'm talking about, right? Conscious fucking construct.
No, I'm ambitious.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying you.
You're just saying in general.
Stop being defensive.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just clearing my name.
No, listen. You're being defensive.
I'm not.
Elon Musk, right? Look what he's doing. These motherfuckers is buying satellites. Satellites is $12 million. Okay? We can purchase a satellite. We can build a website. We can build our own streaming service. We can have our own servers. It's all about having our own. 2024 is about ownership. That's the fucking brand. I need to own this shit. I keep trying to depend on somebody else when I gotta depend on myself. And just because they had a head start and I developed a habit of codependency doesn't mean I'm gonna stay that way. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Now to get here in this podcast, you had to wait, didn't you? You had to wait outside. He came in, probably took his time, ate some hummus, drunk some coffee, did what the fuck he did, because he got the keys. He got the keys. He ain't do nothing wrong. Okay? I'm going to get dressed. I got my nice little truck downstairs, right? I'm going to take my fucking time. Yo, bro, you got to take me here. Cool, but I'm going to make sure I take my motherfucking time till I'm good and ready and comfortable. Right? So you're either going to accept it or make a change. And the way to make the change is stop worrying about what you don't have and utilize what you do have and become happy with what you have. Get your cell phone, Greg, okay? And start shooting the episodes off the phone. And it only makes sense to do a work with my good friend right here if it's for a bigger play. Right? What's your name, man?
Felix.
So if you go to Felix, you say, you Spanish? Where you from? You're Mexican.
I'm half French.
Okay. So, and what's the other half?
American.
All right. So you say, hey, Felix, we got this McDonald's place set up. We trying to do something with Mickey D's, man. You know, my podcast, Mind Over Matters, and let's put this together, man. Collaboration, right? Not fake collaboration. So in order for it to be a true collaboration, you gotta have peanut butter and he gotta have jelly and somebody gotta have some fucking bread. Okay? So anytime I get on camera or I do an interview, I talk about us moving ourselves forward, okay? And the mindset, right? Like how you think creates how you feel becomes an emotion, that emotion becomes a vibration, that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, and then tapping into that mindset and fucking doing and getting your just due. And not waiting. There's no way in hell you guys can't make $100 million this year.
So where would you suggest somebody start when it comes to ownership?
You got to reverse engineer. What does ownership look like? And see, this is why you got to understand white supremacy is a motherfucker, right? So most people not even thinking like, okay, a radio tower is, I can get it for 75,000. I can literally put myself on radio, right? And then film myself and be on my own. Okay, like we don't even think about owning shit. That bothers me because I know what that is. And Felix over here, he gonna be thinking ownership. He gonna be thinking curation. But he can't do nothing without what we do. You see? So that's why it's narcissism, right? Because, it's like you think that you're more valuable than what you are, but it's only because we are not implementing our true value position in what we're doing, right? So the first step is you got to know who you are. When you know who you are, you're going to start to, if you know, prime example, right? If you knew your family left you some money and they left you $500 million, are you going to accept somebody giving you 5,000? Bro, you're going to be like, what? Like, give me that motherfucking money, man. Stop playing with me if I bust you in the motherfucking head, man. Right? So you got to know who you are first. And you have to create a new value system. You have to create your own personal conscious construct for yourself, rooted in the truth. Start with your ancestors, not people swinging from trees, because those are not our ancestors. Right? Our ancestors are not slaves. We're fucking rulers. So I'm not. So that image of ancestor is, when somebody say ancestor, first thing pops up is chain and whip and slave. That's the construct. That's white supremacy. If you did a survey of black people, had them sit down and say, yo, think about your ancestors and make them all draw sketches, them motherfuckers gonna be looking like Kuta Kinte. That's the mind fuck. That's the conditioning. So you can't even tap into who you are. Then they gave you a month for his story. Fuck out of here. It's Black Future, bitch. Black My Month. Let's say that. It's Black My Month. Fuck Black History. See how they condition you to accept his story? I'm cool. I don't want it. You can keep that shit, motherfucker. Okay? Yeah. So I mean, so the key is, first, Queen, is just your mindset, right? And then asking yourself, okay, what do I want and how do I get it? What do I want and how do I get it? Then I know what I want, I get what I want, I got what I want, I know it. Right? So you have the affirmation and then the proper steps for application. Okay? And then taking some time to understand your research. In your business, you're going to make money off advertisement, right? So every episode, it gives you, depending on the length of the episode, it gives you about 5 in-video ad slots, right? And you can sell those ad slots between $20 and $75. So, Greg, do the math. 75 times 5 is what? Greg, you got to calculate it, man. 75 plus 75 is what? 150, right? Correct? 75 plus 75 is 150, right? 150 times 2 is what? 300, right? Good. So 375? Okay. So you should be making a minimum of 375 of each episode, because you're selling $75 ad slots per like every 5 minutes in a video. So one episode of Mind Over Matters has about $350 of ad revenue just on the video itself to start. Then you have the watermark, right? Which is going to be consistent in the episode, right? And that watermark goes for $100. Now how much you making of one episode, Greg?
450.
475.
Oh, 475.
Greg, wake up, man. You don't got ADD, man. That's why I said you got to be focused and tap in, right? So you're interns. So interns are the backbones to companies. The most important person is the fucking intern. Okay? So now you're looking at 475 per episode, right? Now, so you got the watermark, right? Then you got the conversation advertisement. Man, I'm thirsty as a motherfucker, man. Yo, Felix.
It's water in my
I
bag.
want you got an
It's
Altoid?
water in my bag.
No,
Oh, you got it?
that was an ad. No, I'm just joking. That was an ad, right?
Oh, yeah, that would have been a sentence.
That's an ad, right? So now that's another $100 for the conversation ad. So how much we got of ads? 575, right? And then yeah. So now if you have 1,000 episodes, right? How much did you make in ad revenue just off your ad solicitation? 575,000. And then with the 575,000, now you can take and reinvest and own everything you want. So you can do, if you bust in your ass, what's 1,000 divided by 90? Greg, just use your calculator, man. You too slow, man. I was going. Come on, man. 1,000 divided by 90. So you're looking at maybe 11 episodes a day. Right? So you right? So 3 months, 1,000 episodes, right? You like, right? So how many episodes you got to shoot if you're going to get 1,000 episodes done in 3 months? Right? So you spend 3 months of balls to wall content creation, and then another 4 to 5 to maybe 6 months on just finding ads for all the content that you fucking created. So you split it up, right? Content creation and then monetization. So creation and then monetization. You split up the two, right? And then now you and again, the ad revenue, the good thing, Greg, is the ad revenue is going to increase. It's going to increase. You're going to make more ad revenue. So instead of it being 575,000, it might tally up to maybe a little close to 5 million that you did in 8 months. And that's low end, because I just told you Google got how much, right? So the money is out there. You just have to know how to properly get the money and create the infrastructure that's going to actually bring the money. And cultivate the mindset that makes you want to go get the fucking money and remind you that you're good enough to get the fucking money. And that you are.
Yeah. Thank you for that information. I'm gonna rewatch that and see what's up. So
For sure.
okay. When it comes to like monetization as well for content, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really important for ownership, but a lot of people really do need the information, and I'm glad that you're here to provide that information, because they don't know like where to even start when it comes to ownership, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of lost in that sense.
Well, where you start from is the affirmation. I am a owner. I am a owner. I am a owner. You keep talking that shit. I am a owner. Who are you? I am a owner. Greg, who are you? See?
Yeah.
And you keep talking, and then now you raise that vibration. That vibration has a what? A gravitational pull. See? Then now things start coming to you. It's already coming to you. It's the information we get in this episode. And then you have to have a conscious construct, a new conscious construct to create the confidence for you to apply the new information that you need to apply to get what you trying to go get. Owners. Right?
Facts.
I got to remind myself every day. I'm the one, God damn it. I am the one. I am this generation's Jesus. I am this generation's Muhammad. I am him. I'm coming. I'm coming like a man on a mission, on a horse riding, saying, "Do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? The British are coming. The British are coming. The British are coming. No, they're not. The black man is coming. The black man is coming. The black man is coming." Yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget about your what you said, echo mirrors or something like that.
Are you reading my mind? Like, what the heck? I was about to ask that question. I'm like,
It's okay. I'm with you. Don't worry. We're
I
keeping
don't
it
think
right
I
on.
should ask that anymore.
I think you should. I think it's an important thing. It's important.
That's literally the question I was gonna ask.
It's a great pivot. Go ahead, ask the question.
Is truth seeking hindered by the echo chamber effect created by personalized content algorithms?
See, well, there's a difference between seeing and searching. Right?
True.
Right? There's a difference between seeing and searching. right? So AI can only study patterns, but they fall short in terms of understanding innovation, right? So that echo is what you're seeing, but your interest is what you have to search out for. And when you're adamant and consistent about getting to truth or understanding something, then you shatter that mirror, right? And now you have to search, right? You have to search, and it might not be cohesive with what your outlook is, right? And it might not be no pre-existing content in that echo to authenticate, like, so you're gonna be forced to push past that, right? So understanding the difference between seeing and searching, and it's a big difference, right? So the echo is more so about what you're seeing, but getting to the truth and information. This is about, I'm gonna search. When I'm searching for something, all that glass, the mirrors are gonna be broke. Yeah.
It all circles back to knowing yourself as well.
Exactly.
Because when you don't know yourself and you're going through social media, you can be told what to think easily, susceptible to the information that you're receiving.
Conscious construct.
Interesting.
See? Right?
Yeah.
It's just, it's where we talk about classical conditioning, we talk about operant conditioning, and we talk about media being used as a tool to misinform you, right? To condition you through misinformation, and to take the lie as the truth and forget what the fucking truth is altogether, right? And it was another question that you had that was important too as well, right? And I think that we need to understand that our accumulation of information has to be based upon experience and studying. Experience is the best teacher, not if he say, she say, right? Like, this generation is learning from, oh, he's a specialist. So fucking what? I don't believe that shit, right? We going off what we hearing and what we seeing, more so than what we're going off for what we experienced or what we actually studied. Right, I'm not speaking on things that I feel passionate about. I actually studied this shit. I actually looked up, well, who's Dr. Diop? The oldest, he proved that the oldest fossil was a black man. There's this documentation to prove that we're the oldest people on the planet. We've been on a planet for over 200,000 years. White people been on the planet for less than 50,000 years, and we've been on this planet for over 200 to 300 to maybe 500,000 years. Right. So, again, no echo can contain truth when there's a want and a desire to understand or get to the truth. The truth is the truth, untainted, unquestionable, undeniable.
Does having a lot of truth bring you any grief in a way, like seeing people not
that I'm a god
understand?
How does me saying I'm a god bring me? I got money in my pocket right now, man. I got a couple dollars in my pocket, man.
So you don't care to try to preach to people. You just
that wasn't a question. You double questioned me now. The first question was, does the truth bring you grief? I don't. But
you answered it though.
Yeah. I don't have no grief for being phenomenal. Being a supreme being. What the fuck grief is that? Fuck, I'm happy every day. Just told you I'm feeling better about myself. I've been drinking more juice and eating vegetables.
Does your environment change as well? Like when you,
of course, because you're moving. It's energy, right? How you think creates how you feel, right? How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. And it's things that you attract internally, and it's things that you attract externally. It's things that you repel externally. It's things that you repel internally, right? So your environment is naturally gonna change. I'm not at the Klan rally. Fuck, hang around some Klan rally. White power. I said white power. Who said white power? Who said white power? Who said white power?
All right, we get it.
Who said white power?
We get it.
I ain't over there, right? So you gotta understand, that's very important, right? And I don't give a fuck who doesn't jack my state of being. I don't care. I'm unapologetically me. That's a confidence. I'm happy with myself. And see, that happy creates a vibration that sometimes is a conflict of interest for people who don't feel the same. Well, fuck them. For no type of way.
So you don't read the comments.
For what? I don't. I mean, if I did, I mean, I'm not moved by that. I'm not moved by people's opinions of me. Does not bother me. They're just opinions, and the facts on me are not negative. See, the opinions are the opinions, and they're not facts. But the facts are amazing. I'm resilient. I'm beautiful. I'm handsome. I'm blessed. I'm consistent. I'm dedicated. I'm determined. I'm powerful. I help my people. I'm becoming the voice of a generation, the voice of a fucking century. Oh yeah. I have no issues with the facts. I love the facts. The facts are the facts. The opinions, okay, well, the sky is purple. No, it's not. Smart, you can't dress. Fly to the motherfucker, man. Fly to the motherfucker, man.
You got that thing on today.
I'm flying to the motherfucker, man. I'm flying to the motherfucker, man. Huh? You feel me? We ain't worried about that shit, man. So, and again, you have to practice being comfortable with yourself and take yourself to places. Like a new car you're learning to drive. Take yourself to places where people don't fuck with you. And train yourself how to have thick skin. And train yourself how to deal with adversity. Train yourself how to be comfortable with a difference in opinion. Because the facts are the facts. Fuck about your opinion. Look at the comments. Look for the bullshit. And laugh at it and enjoy it. Okay? We making us cool. I gotta make this cool. I'm gonna be one of the people that make being this cool again. Malcolm X did it. Tupac did it. Muhammad Ali did it. Huey P. Newton did it. Fred Hampton did it. Sada Shakur did it. See? Nzinga did it. Right? They made this shit cool to be who the fuck we is. Right on, brother. Back in the view. You ever see them old pictures? Everybody had an afro. Right on, brother. Right? That was like like we had our thing. Right? We going back to that. Making it cool again to be black. The chocolate. Yeah, man. I'm happy with this. I'm happy with dreads. I'm happy with the locks. Yeah, give us that.
Do you think the truth will set us free?
We're already free.
Already free. I like that.
There's no setting. See, that's the social contract.
Yeah,
that's the mind fuck. Yo, the truth sounds. I'm already free, motherfucker. I am the truth. The fuck. So I'm free. If the truth will set you free, I'm already free because I'm the truth. I'm the absolute. You the original mother. You're the original mother. You're the mother. You're the mother of civilization. For God's sakes, man. See?
How long did it take you to study all this information and just like be able to speak on it?
How long does it take a bird to fly? How long does it take a fish to swim? How long does it take a pig?
Do you think like
Hold on. How long does it take a bird to fly? How long does it take a fish to swim? How long does it take a fish to fart?
So we've always known it.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to get.
All right.
You messing up the real. She messing up the real, Greg. You had a perfect alley-oop. You trying to go viral, right? I'm trying to give you. Let me give it to you.
Let me run that back.
Go ahead now. Yeah, I got you. God damn, you fucked it up. Go ahead, man.
Damn, what I asked.
How long did it take? Damn.
Oh, how long did it take you to study this information?
How long does it take the fish to swim? How long does it take a bird to fly? How long does it take a pig to fart? How long does it take for Valentine's Day to come and for you to see a heart? That long.
Bars.
Felix! And it is February, you know what I mean? So it's relevant. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Wink, wink.
Damn, you want to freestyle for us? Like, I don't know. All these questions is just...
No, the questions are good. Listen, you stop being so anal. Jesus, bro. It's like, she's like, yo, listen, I can't get this question this time. And oh, God, what's going to happen? Oh, my God. Nah, man, let it flow. This is a conversation. It's not, you know what I mean?
So do you think people are craving the truth right now?
I think people are craving the benefits of living a truthful life. Right? Mm-hmm. I think we crave what comes from the truth, the results of the truth, right? The benefits of the truth. We crave that. We're in need of utopia. We want ownership. Okay, Greg, you got goals. right? So you can't be emasculated, right? You can't be trying to run in no man's butt, right? So you have to be powerful. You have to be powerful, not a homosexual, heterosexual, God believing, right? I'm not even fearing. Why would I fear God? I gotta start questioning all the shit they told us. Oh, would you be God fearing man? Well, wait, hold up. I gotta question this, man. Why am I afraid of God? Right? So, I think that we are in need. We want what comes from the truth because we've heard the truth our whole lives. Most of us, right? There's been a lot of people talking about the truth, but we want what comes with the truth. What comes with the truth? But what is the truth? The truth is I'm the original man. Truth is you're the original woman. The truth is there's no limit placed on you, my brother. That's the truth. So don't you want the benefits from that? Don't you want the benefits of being the original woman? Don't you want the benefits of being the mother of civilization? Don't you want the benefits of creating the decimal? It's almost like fucking music publishing. You done wrote every fucking song ever. That pub check supposed to look fucking crazy. Right? So we don't just want the truth anymore. We want what the benefits of the truth.
So what are the benefits of the truth?
Oh yeah, ooh, man, that's a long list. That's a long fucking list now. I'm gonna make it smaller for you, okay? Generational wealth. Let's start there. Fucking moolah money. Okay. God level health. God level health. No more depression. No more desire. No more anxiety. No more doubt. No more suffering. No more pain. See? No more fear. No more procrastination. No more laziness. No more anger. Just love. See? I think we want that. Yeah. 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 Yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Do you think people gravitate towards authenticity more or towards the illusion more?
What people gravitate towards doesn't matter, right? Cause and effect, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So if you think bullshit, you're attracting bullshit to you. So is there value in bullshit because it's coming to you? You created it coming, right? So it doesn't matter what people are gravitating towards. What matters is that we condition our people to create the thought and the thought patterns and the conscious constructs so they can have things gravitate towards them that is conducive to them and is actually good for them and not harmful.
Is there any last words you want to finish off with?
How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. We don't have to feel bad about being who we are. They should feel bad about putting 11-year-old boys in electric chairs and capitally punishing them for crimes that they didn't commit. We don't have to apologize for being gods and goddesses. They should feel bad about hanging black men from trees and cutting their penises off and setting them on fire, or sicking German shepherds on our sisters and having their breasts bit off by dogs and hosing them, drowning them in the streets. We shouldn't feel, you shouldn't feel anything. Okay? You should have confidence. You should have attitude. You should have vigor. You should have fire. We don't owe anybody shit. They owe us every fucking thing. Right? So, and this is why I stand the way I stand. Because I'm tired, but I'm not sleepy. Okay? And I'm bringing the change, and that's what I'm doing, right? And I know the history. I'm not waiting for some white man. Biden ain't doing shit. Obama ain't doing shit. They ain't passing the executive orders to help our people, to help the plight of our people. So who's going to do it? We're going to do it. It's the only way it's going to happen, right? And I'm not here to give a fuck about anybody's opinion. I got 8 brothers. Let one of them get hung. I would murder that person's whole family and wouldn't even think and wouldn't even blink twice. Kids, babies, dogs, grandmothers, old people, every single person from your family existence would be no longer here if one of my brothers was lynched by one of them motherfuckers. God forbid my brother get killed by a police officer. Everybody in that cop's family is gonna die. Every single one, including the cop, and his lawyer, and the judge that won't give the conviction. I'm getting them all. And I'm gonna get away with it. And be on a run for the rest of my natural fucking life. Enjoying the memory of those cowards begging me for their life while I put a pistol in their mouth and emptied the trigger and then pissed on them. I have no remorse. They gave us no remorse. They gave us no peace. Okay? Raping our women, raping our sisters, black women screaming to their lungs, "Oh! Stop!" White men laughing, having fun like it was some type of a game. 30 men on one woman raping her in front of their kids, in front of their dead husband. You think I give a fuck about somebody's opinion? I'm not desensitized. I didn't forget. I make sure I remind myself the fuck these motherfuckers be doing. I don't give a fuck about Gaza. I give a fuck about Israel and Palestine. Fuck all of them. This shit been going on in the ghetto for over 400 fucking years. Little black babies being murdered and acting like it's not happening. Blowing up churches, setting people on fire, laying their body. We've been dealing with shit. Third world countries we've been dealing with this shit for over 400 fucking years. You think I feel sorry to say I'm a god? You think I feel sorry to give somebody watching this that look like me hope? You think I care if Felix is unfucking comfortable? The fuck you talking about? We gotta wake up. And I'm not the go easy, go lucky motherfucker. I'm not an integrationalist. I don't give a fuck about Felix. I don't give a fuck about Kelly. I don't give a fuck about Karen. I don't give a fuck about them. And they didn't give a fuck about us. That's why they in power. And they murdered, raped, lied, and they still do it to this day. You didn't see the thing about the black girl and the cop? They smoking weed, just chilling. And they grabbed the black lady and the black guy and took him to the precinct, made the black girl strip butt naked. Feeling on her body, beat up, punched her in the face, or the black woman pulled over the side of the highway by the state trooper and he beating her to death. You think I give a fuck how they feel? I'm not a victim, so I'm not going to create a generation of victims. I'm going to create a generation of black people that's with the shits. You ain't going to just pull me over and think you're going to kill me. So we have to be educated on marksmanship, firearms, jujitsu, wrestling, chemical warfare. Right? And now drones, because that's what these cowards is planning on doing next. So instead of police brutality, you're going to have drone brutality. Right? Some fucking flying object. Pull over the car.
There's some in the subways. You seen the little robot things in the subway, the police?
But they don't got firearms yet. But they don't have firearms yet.
Yeah, they don't.
So the scary thing
it's
is,
so weird, though.
So the scary, it's not weird. What happens is when you let a coward go too long without being unchecked, you give him an inch, he's gonna take a mile. That's what happens, right? So this is a very serious thing. When I'm not speaking for likes and views and oohs and ahs, like this is real, life or death situations, and we had to be prepared for the future. Had to be prepared, and the only way to be prepared is we gotta own shit. So we can laugh and joke and say whatever. I'm not dumb. I don't smoke weed. I don't drink. I don't want no drugs. I'm not popping pills. I'm cool. I don't vape. I don't want hookah. I'm learning now how to fast and diet too. Because I was supposed to do 4 days. Now I'm doing 2 weeks. And after this interview, it might turn into a fucking month of my juice fast. Okay? Because I want to cleanse. I want to detox. I want these chemicals that these fucking devils put in my body, out of my body, so my mind can activate at its highest level, so I can be the most productive, the most inspiring, the most motivated, and I can not just talk, I can walk in and get shit done and build shit for my people. See? That's what I'm on. I'm on that for real. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Anytime.
coming on again. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah.
You look better than last time. Are you ovulating?
Nah, I'm coming off of a fast. That's why.
You fasting? Okay, now.
Yeah.
Did you break up with
you see the skin?
Did you break up with your boo? Did you dump him?
No.
Oh, okay. So you still in a relationship? Are you single? Married? What's the deal?
I'm single.
Oh, okay.
You know that though.
Okay, I just wanted to hear it again.
I got a TikTok question before we leave.
Okay, let me hear it.
I know you're not with the you're not a TikToker, but we got TikTok
A
questions.
talker of the ticks. I'm big on TikTok though, man.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Shout out to talkers of the ticks.
You're viral on TikTok without a TikTok. Like,
Yo, for real.
not many people could say that.
Somebody sent me my list. I got 4 billion views. I said, what the fuck? Somebody on, I ain't gonna put them out there, but somebody big on TikTok reached out to me and said, yo, bro, you need to do a TikTok. Man, I ain't do no TikTok, man. But yeah, I'm listening.
All right, so okay, it's kind of random.
Okay, random.
Like, you say you don't joke, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't pop pills.
I don't.
So specifically, what are the effects of like weed? Because weed is very
you got to be
important in our community. So the question is,
weed is not important in our community.
It's not important. It's sorry. It's been a long
popular.
day. It's been a long day.
It's okay.
Right?
I get it. You say popular. I get what you're saying, right?
It has been
it's
glamorized.
Right.
Glamorized.
So
it has been glamorized in our community. So
you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that, Greg?
5 minutes. That's why I was trying to wrap it up.
No, but you see why I'm speaking the way I'm speaking? Why am I speaking the way I'm speaking?
Wait, what?
Yeah, you see, you ain't paying attention. You got ADHD, motherfucker.
Because you don't own this shit, so
you don't own it.
Time.
Somebody can put a hand up and say, yo,
yeah.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, got to cut you short.
Yeah.
But you, in the same effort you putting in, and in the same effort. So let me answer that question real quick. So they use crack to break down our communities in the 80s, right? They use music to break down our communities in the 80s. They're now using weed, okay? And they're putting synthetic hard drugs and synthetic prescription drugs in the weed. Synthetic crack, yes, there's crack in the weed. Synthetic cocaine, yes, there's coke in the weed. Synthetic heroin and dope, there's dope in the weed, okay? And then synthetic prescription pills, uppers and downers. That's why weed heads, if you look at weed heads, they display the behaviors of people who are on fucking crack. And when they say, I'm going to quit smoking weed, they get sick. They throw up. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay? So back to what I'm saying is, now, that's why weed ain't no good. And if it ain't a seed, it ain't a fucking plant. What plant doesn't have a fucking seed? And the shit that got seeds, which is airy, yeah, that's like, I ain't smoking that bullshit. So the shit that's even a plant that you probably would be weed, you don't even want. You want the crack. Okay, so again, but this is why I'm saying why you have to be adamant and take that as motivation, but you don't see that as a sign. See, Felix is comfortable because we have empowered Felix with a position that you can be in position of. So it's a comfortability that we give them to where it's, yo, 5 minutes. Yo, what camera is this? 5 minutes. Yo, 5 minutes. Nah, I'm cool in your 5 minutes, man. It's the last time you put your hand up and tell me 5 minutes. And Greg, when you in your hut and y'all build and y'all you talk about how to get your own, so there ain't gonna be no more 5 fucking minutes. What you mean 5 minutes? You gotta feel some type of way about that. 5 minutes. What you mean? Now I'm cool. See, but if you're not conscious, if you're not woke, then that don't bother you. It don't bother you. It gotta bother you, right? You can shoot it in your phone. You go on Peerspace. First of all, this place ain't even that good. You can go on Peerspace. Peerspace.com and get a better spot for the same price you spit longer, cheaper. You can pay less and have longer. Even if you don't want to own your shit, you should own your shit. But there's a better secondary option than this, so they never know 5 minutes. And it ain't Phil's fault for doing 5 minutes. He's just doing his fucking job. Okay? Doesn't mean I agree with it. But he's doing his job. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? So let this be the last time somebody put a hand up in the sky to tell you fucking 5 minutes.
I appreciate you, Smart.
Appreciate you more.
Bless the podcast once again. You listen to the end. Shout out to you for listening to the end.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
God bless America.
There it is.
America! No.
There it is. And no, not God bless America. We blessed America, God damn it. We. People look like me, blessed America. We built this fucking country. This is our fucking country. No, what the fuck these fucking liberalists and whatever the fuck that word is and right and left wing. Oh, you motherfuckers.
Liberalist.
Yeah, you got it.
Liberalist.
You got it.
Yeah, if you reach the end of another episode, shout out to you. Like, you really love yourself. You listened all the way to the end. Like, really?
You
like,
love
I
yourself,
appreciate
man.
you.
That's
like,
it, man.
what? I love
That's
that for
it,
you.
man.
I love that for you.
I ain't got to say
you.
black power because I already know I'm black. Black is powerful. I ain't got to say black power because I already know black is power. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and
yeah.
I got black on too.
Yeah. You got that. They don't.
Yeah.
You got that. Yeah. But yeah. We out. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Mother. That is mind over matter, baby.
That was good.